So Fasika is a yearling. She was a stunning yearling, very strong. Actually looked more like a colt than a filly at that stage, and it was very clear she was going to grow into an amazing specimen. She had plenty of strength and power, what we liked.
What stood out about her was just her athleticism, and that's something that she maintained throughout her life. But a well-grown filly right from the start, had terrific scope about a beautiful big girth. I love to see a big girth on a horse, and at the time, So You Think hadn't quite taken off, but I had the feeling he was just about to, because he was never going to be a stallion who got a lot of 2-year-olds. But I know that once they hit 3, they really start to hit their peak, and just everything about it. She just had a real style about it. Nice walking filly, just everything I like to look for in a horse. Nice big wide gel, beautiful eye.
So Fasika burst onto the scene, coming out and winning her first 2 starts at Warwick Farm in amazing fashion. There was a short price favourite the day she debuted, but she just sat off them and rounded them up very quickly, and it was quite evident early on that she was going to be quite a special horse.
Siege, and here comes Fasika. It just swept to the front 150 out and is roaring away. Fasika with the ears pricked. How easy was that?
She won a maiden at Warwick Farm. She stepped straight up to midweek grade against the mares, and then straight into a group race, which is pretty outstanding effort, and that really set up the rest of her career.
Fasika in front from Millard, reaction, and Fasika just won it.
I never had her out of the top grade. Never had to take her off to the provincials or ever drop her in grade to get the next win. She was just able to keep getting better as she got older, and that was it takes a really talented horse to keep stepping up like that, and that's what the better horses are able to do, sort of going through the grades.
The Winona Girl was always a very exciting race for Tricolours. We actually sponsored the race. Joe had her ready to go first up. She sat on the speed there. Seasons, she's come on to be a really nice mare herself. She beat Seasons off very easily, and won quite comfortably with plenty up her sleeve. And the second horse that day was I'm Excited, obviously went on to win the Group 1 Galaxy at her next start. So proved she was in for a great campaign, and she was very consistent in that preparation.
But Fasika really controlled the race up on the pace, and Fasika wanted a link to I'm Excited.
The Group 2 Sapphire was a very strong race again. The Kiwi horse and Trivier was in the race and come over with a big reputation, and not to mention horses like Sweet Deal and of course dual Group 1 winner Tofano were behind her that day. But again, we just saw from Fasika what we always see from her, racing on pace, so strong, so tough, and even though she was there to be beaten late, she ran really good time for the day and was too good and managed to hold on for a very impressive win.
It's Fasika in front from Intrivier, Wonderbar between them. Fasika, Intrivier, Fasika the inside.
She beat genuine Group 1 horses that day, and she did it first up, and I would suggest that would have been close to a peak performance from her that day, yeah.
Fasika was such a consistent mare, always raced with her heart in the sleeve, and I think that's why she was such a popular horse for the public as well. Racing on speed, just the real attributes of all the great sprinters. Very tough to get past. She proved that on a lot of occasions, especially in her Group 1 third behind Tofano and Pirata. You only have to look at the horses behind her that day. She raced up on a hot speed and was there at the end, and they couldn't get past her. Just a very tough, determined race mare, and always gave her best. Yeah, Jo was always very confident in her ability, and the whole way through her career, she raced the first 2 races, then straight to Stakes Company and raced in group racing ever since then. So we've always had just a high opinion of her to keep her in that kind of company, and she proved herself against the best horses in the country, racing in those high-ranked races all the way through her career. Yeah, Fasika is one of the fastest progeny of So You Think ever, and I think easily probably the fastest mare that he's ever produced. Just such great power to be able to jump and sit on speed, and I guess it's what punters like, which is why she was so popular with the public, and it's also what breeders are after too. Everyone in Australia is trying to breed on-speed sprinters, and she's actually got all the attributes that you're after. Power and pressure, she sits up on speed and can maintain a hot speed, and she was always a kind of horse that could really maintain a high-pressure race, and that's why she always raced really well and was regularly finishing in the top 3 horses, because she could maintain a really long sprint and was very hard to get past.
You know when you've got a horse of that level of ability, and just every time you see them do it, you I guess relieved, but also just you watch them in amazement at times at what they're able to do, but you know that's what a good horse is capable of doing, and they almost make you a little bit nervous, the better horses, because never quite know where their ceiling is. Definitely, yeah. No, loved having her around and nurturing her right from day one. A lot of the horses have come to me later in their life, but nurtured this girl since she was a baby. We picked her out of the Easter sale, and just been a great journey with her, and I know all the connections have really enjoyed it.